All right, I'm getting ready to put up some Christmas lights for this year, and I wanted to finally do something a little elevated, a little nicer than the typical icicle lights or just, standard LEDs. So I did a ton of research, and I knew in my head what I wanted to do. I wanted to have something that was controllable and customizable through an app where I could change the patterns and the colors and things like that. And I wanted something that just looked more sophisticated. It looked like a professional installation instead of something that's just kind of clipped together. So when I did the research, I came to the conclusion that the Govee lights were basically the only things that fit what I was looking for. So I ordered these. I'm really excited to get to work putting them together, and I want to take you through that whole process. It's not a complicated roof line, but it's a 2-story roof. There's a lot of peaks and valleys and breaks, a lot of separations of different runs. And so I talked with their customer service before I ordered anything. I wanted to make sure that this would fit. They said it would, so I'm really curious to see how this works. So I'm gonna take you through the entire install, but just first impressions, this is different than any other outdoor lights I have ever bought. This is not a toy. This is heavy. I mean, this box probably weighs 15 pounds, if not more than that. When you first open it up, when you take off the sort of oversleeve here, you'll see what I mean. I mean, this is a legitimate heavy piece of equipment, not just a little toy that someone's gonna put on and take down. My plan with this is actually to put these up and leave them up permanently. I mean, they're called permanent lights. You can see them here. They're called permanent lights, but my plan is to put these up and leave them up permanently. I'm gonna hide them behind the eaves, and so you won't see them at all. I'll have them on all the time during Christmas. Most of the time during the rest of the year, I probably won't have them on. Maybe I'll turn them on for 4th of July or Halloween, Valentine's Day, things like that. Or I might turn them to just kind of like white lights and have every other one turned on or whatever. I don't know yet what I'm gonna do, but I'm excited at the thought of being able to spend some time and put these up the right way once and never have to do this again for Christmas and always have a professional looking light. So I'm gonna take you through the setup process. I'll show it in action. I'll show the results, and then I'll come back and give you my thoughts. But I really want to do a deep dive on this because it's something I'm really excited about, did a ton of research on, but I still have some questions. And so I'm going to teach you what I learned along the way. All right, so first step of the whole installation process, you get the lights out, plug all of the different runs in and make sure everything's still working. So far I checked and all the bulbs look good. Look at these things though. I mean, it's just a really high quality. Well, let me turn it off so you can see a little bit better. But it's just a different level of quality than the average Christmas light that you're going to go get, at these sort of bargain prices from Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, whatever. It's just, everything is more well thought out. You've got the 3M tape on the back. I'm going to show you how that adhesive works here shortly, but so far really, really impressed just with the overall quality of these. And after seeing the brightness of them, I'm also super excited to see what these are going to look like on the house. So really excited to get this going and just kind of see what they look like. All right, so installation so far is super easy. It's easiest lights I've ever put up by a mile. You're not having to fiddle with clips, plastic clips and things like that on the edge of your roof because it actually connects to the underside, but it's just as simple as some glue. So you basically will peel this little 3M strip off. You take a rag or something and just kind of wipe down the surface of where you're gonna put it. You peel the sticker, place it, hold it for 5 seconds. That's all you gotta do. So let me show you what that looks like here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that one's done. Locked in place, not going anywhere. It's a perfect thing. The one thing I will give you, the one tip, you want to pay attention to where these sort of little covers and things like that on your soffit are and try to get around them. If you have to put one of these on there, it's probably not going to stick very well, so you'll want to use the screws and the clips if you have to. Best thing to do is to try to space them to where you're going to skip that gap each time. So I missed it on this one and I'll have to use a screw to put it in there, but other than that, super easy to assemble. All right, so I'm at the first tricky spot of the roof here. I got the end of the first floor. Now I need to jump up to the second. First, I have to figure out what I want to do, if I want to trace the entire roof line or just the peaks. But to get from the first floor to the second, what I'm going to do is use this extender. So this is a non-lighted extension cord essentially that comes with it. I think you get 3 of these in the kit. So I can use this to end that string, jump up to the next one and start the new string so that I don't have any lights on the connection. So that part's nice. So I came to an awkward break in the roof line, and so then I had 2 choices. I could kind of continue the string on and just use these as inactive lights. Don't turn them on, but then they'd be visible and you'd be wasting some of the lights you have. Or I could splice it. And so as you can tell from the cut cord here, I'm gonna try the splice method and see how that works. So I went ahead and I have the cap, the silicone washer, and the other cap here. I have spliced the wires. I took the orange off a little too far, as you can see, but that should still be fine, and I've got them separated. This little mechanism here is really cool. So the clips, basically you pull this down, and it's like it opens it up for you, and then now all I gotta do is match these up. So we got blue, orange, yellow, get the yellow in, get the blue in, get the orange in, push them all the way down, flip these closed, and now these are locked in place. All right, here it is. The final work is done. So you can see here I've got curtain lights, and then the rest of it is the Permanent Lights Pro. In terms of what I ended up doing, I skipped this little small section here because it just didn't feel right the way that everything else was going along the top of the roof line. It felt weird to kind of highlight that one little area, so I skipped that and went with the rest of it. But I'm super pleased with how it looks. I've been having a ton of fun playing around with the app and checking different lights, colors and things like that. So let me show you kind of how it works. So if you pull up on your phone, you go into the app, and then you can go into these different scenes here. And so like if I pick Christmas tree, see how the lights just changed, and they're dynamic scenes and stuff that go. You can of course go with just straight up color. You know, you can just go like all white if you want more of a classic look, no big deal. Or you can scroll through all of these different things. They're dynamic, they move around. You can play with the brightness. So I've got the brightness at 100 right here. As I take it down, you know, you can see it really dim out. And so it just depends. It doesn't show how bright it is on camera because the camera adds some light to the house, but in real life, it's super bright. It just looks fantastic, but could not be happier with these. Truly, when it's daytime, you don't see that they're there at all. And at nighttime, they just look fantastic. I haven't figured out yet what my favorite is. I think it's probably Christmas gift because of the way it twinkles and it just looks fun and festive, right? So super happy overall. Really glad I made this purchase, and you know, I hope I was able to teach you a couple things about how they work.